Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly. I'm Lyle, and tonight we announce the shortcomings or longcomings, as it may be, of my good buddy Chad Fields. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you. I'm glad to be a part of Chadfish Weekly.
It's
It already started.
when I walk in to get me something to drink, and Cindy shows me a picture that you took of me while I was sleeping before the show even started. I told her, I said, this is going to be a little different when I'm on here.
I'll behave somewhat, Lyle, I promise.
Sure you will. What do you say we go over to people and chat for tonight?
Absolutely. Let's do that.
All right. You want to start off?
Yeah, let me pull this here up. We've got two old vets, 3+1 Outdoors, Andy A., Annette Morgan, avid fisherman, Carolina Catfish, Mark from Catfish and Crappie. Hey, Lyle, you're in there too. We got Central Valley Adventures, Chunky Cats Fishing, Cindy Stokes, Skip from Clearview Outdoors, Creole Catfishing, Dale Hayslip, Don R., Doug Kale, Fishing and Friedel, who will be on Catfish and Crappie tonight, right after us. Let's see. This bounced on me. We got Fishing for Whiskers, Fishing with JBT, Fishing with Steve Mosley, Gene Tillman, Get Hooked on D Fishing, Greenwell Fishing, Green Machine Outdoors, James Fox, James Kirkpatrick, Jason Lamb. We've got Jeremy Colvin Fishing, Jersey River Rat. Scroll down here. John Patrick Jr., Lance McCouguy, the Hawaiian fisherman. Matthew Schott, Mark Anthony, Laughing Cat Fishing, Joe Buck 66.
Did you get Jeremy?
Go ahead.
Did you get Jeremy Colvin?
I don't remember if I got him or not, but hello, Jeremy Colvin. We got Mr. Kitty Whiskers, Muskrat Adventures, Papaw Ed, Parker Pursuits, Patriot Catfishers of America, Pontoon Jody, Randall Rhino Outdoors, Real Gals Fish, Real Bill Catfishing, Ronnie Moore, Sean Abney, SS Jello Chicken, The Bullock Experience, The Weekend Angler, and Tim Molina, rounding out my list. But we keep seeing more pop in here, Lyle. There's Wannabe Outdoors as well.
Yep. I see Dale Hayslip and John Patrick Jr. and Alan Brashala, Mike Irwin. I don't know how many of these you've got already. Ian Tipton. You know, Pontoon Jody says she's my number one fan. I bet she never says that about you.
She used to. She told me that she's not my number one fan anymore now that she found you.
Oh, okay. There it is. Elstan Perez, Chunky Cats Fishing, 3+1. I know you said two old vets. There's Mark with Bill of Wrights Fishing. Mark Anthony. I think most of these you've already got. David Smith. Welcome to chat, my friend. David's in a lot of them. Ray Smith. Ray Smith is a guy that I got to try to get together fish with this summer when it warms up a little bit. I found a post that he had made, and it touched me a little bit. So we're going to try to get together and do some fishing this year. I think we'll have a great time with that. I love doing that anyhow, so should be a great time. See if I see any more. Did you get Lance?
I got Lance. There's a new one, Big Jake's Catfishing.
All right.
Garv Morgan, welcome.
They're going pretty quick tonight.
Oh, there's our lady friend, my sister, your adopted daughter, Betty Jean Cross, driving and listening. Be safe.
Yes, Betty. Please don't have any accidents while you're driving.
Yep.
Chad and I will be here when you get home. And by the way, we need to say some prayers for Betty and her family. They've had an accident in the family. We're not going to get into what all is happening, but they could definitely use some thoughts and prayers. So if you have it in your heart to do so, please extend that out. I know they will be appreciated.
Absolutely.
Terry Lane,
Sharina.
Real Bill, catfishing Mr. Parker and his lovely wife. Glad to have you in chat. JBT. There's Sharina. Did you say Sharina?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We got to make sure we get all the ladies in here. They're so important to what we do. A lot of people believe that. Some are on the border with it, but I'm telling you right now, if your wife likes to fish, and she'll fish with you, it makes it so much easier for you to get to go more often. I'm just saying.
And to buy more gear. Just saying.
That's true. There's Parker Pursuits. Welcome, Jerry. It's kind of flying by tonight. I don't know if it's just me or I'm that far behind, but it looks like chat's really a rolling.
Yeah, it looks like we're going pretty good. I seen
Chris
Miss Chrissy Brown. Look at us, like twins.
That's right. Chrissy got her stickers that we sent her the other day and made a post about that. Thank you so much. They look great. I know you'll make good use of them. And by the way, we got some more title weights and sinker decals to give away tonight.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. There's Avid. Did you happen to mention Avid?
I did not see Avid until just now, but I know that Lee Evans was had a panel and a half going on over there, and they were partying like it was 1999 together, and they must have just ended, and they're all heading over here now.
All right. There's Danny Stone Outdoors. Mr. Kitty Whiskers. I think he said that one.
And we got PD Fishing and Mr. Maurice Kaysen.
The man himself.
Believe we are all caught up at the moment, Mister
Garv Morgan. You know, I only got a few things that I wanted to go over tonight. Of course, this is the answer our viewers as the show comes in is become a large part of what we do, Chad. We enjoy doing it because it tells everybody that we're acknowledging the fact that you spend your time to come in and watch us. And I think the people that's watching actually enjoy it too.
I do too. I mean, I know, I've went into the live chats, and even when it's rolling, you hope that they see you, that you want them to know you're there watching, and that's kind of our thing to say, hey, we do see you. We appreciate you guys being here every night.
I just got a message from David Crowley, who is fishing with a crow, and he says he is watching us, but he's at the ER with his wife, David. We hope and pray that everything goes good for you guys and you're not there long, and you both get to go home with a clear mind. I hate to hear that you're at the ER, but thank you so much for watching Catfish Weekly.
Very much.
We just, man, there's just so many things going on right now, and we try to talk about as much of it as we can without digging deep into people's personal lives. That one I might have said too much, but he sent me a private message, and I'm thinking, man, if we can help this guy and his wife get through whatever thing that they're going on to ER, if they enjoy watching us enough to be watching it while they're there, then that's good for us. Good for
I
them.
agree.
So I hope everything goes all right with them. We're up to 101 people in chat right now. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it more than you'll ever know. I promise you. There's Chucky Morgan. How you doing, buddy? Bugband 22. Amy Payne. Randall Rhino Outdoors. I think you said that a while ago. Carmel Muncie. Catfishing with the Cause. Northeast Missouri Angler. They're still rolling in. Our buddy David Smith. Man, he's in everybody's chat. I really enjoy seeing the ones that watch all the shows because it doesn't happen that often, but it is what it is.
Look, so I just got a message.
I will talk about you every time you hurt yourself, James, but it would be a constant thing.
I mean, we do probably need to do a weekly update on what Dockery hurt this week.
I'll tell you what hurting this week. Dockery's hurting the fish. He's hurting the fish, man. He's been killing it.
Well, just so he doesn't think because I'm doing Catfish Weekly on Monday night that I forgot about him. I got to give a shout out to my buddy Freddie's Outdoor Adventure, who was also watching. He's getting jealous already, Lyle.
There's Art from the 1 Ton Catfish Club, David Kale, LG Bass. Like I say, they're still coming in, and we're so glad that you guys are watching and staying, hanging out with us tonight. There's a lot of things people can do other than watch Catfish Weekly. So when you join us, it's a feel good thing for both of us, especially me for all these years. And I think the world of it when people are in here and they holler at us and tell us that we're doing something that they like. So we'll be getting on to guests and more things like that. I got to try to remember how to get all the stuff set up so Chad can have some authority on the channel, but I don't do it enough to remember how to do it. Yeah. But we'll get it figured out.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. It's going to take some time, but like I said, we wanted to welcome you to the chat. And let me check something here. How about that? Please welcome Chad Fields to Catfish Weekly.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the redheaded stepchild tonight.
That's because Mark and James are not in here with you.
That's right.
Oh, man. Hey, what do you say we talk a little bit about your tournament coming up this weekend?
Yeah, let's do that. So, obviously, most people that have been following me for a while now know that I do online tournaments. This will be the second annual Winter Blues tournament. Tons and tons of awesome anglers in this one this year. Not to dismiss how great they were last year, but it just seems like this has gotten bigger and better from last year. We're doing a Blue Cat only tournament, so it'll be this Saturday and the following. It's for charity, so anything that we raise, we take donations via PayPal and Venmo during those tournaments, and every last cent that we receive goes to a charity of the winner's choice. We have 3 different categories. So your overall winner, the anti-Baldwin Award, I think is one of the names I'm going with. So we put a little stipulation in there this year, Lyle.
I know.
These fish got to be bigger than 5 pounds. So every fish caught over 5 pounds, the most fish caught is the winner of the overall tournament, and they'll get the largest portion of the pot, and they will be able to donate to a charity of their own choosing, as long as it's a valid charity. Big Fish Award, Creole Catfishing is donating, as usual, $1 per pound for that one. So we're hoping to see like a 100-pound blue cat this year pulled in, so you can drop a C note on it.
Yeah, that's $1 a pound, pretty good deal.
Heck yeah. We had to replace, since I had to put this anti-Baldwin clause in there, we had to replace the small fish with the Baldwin Award, and that is the most fish under 5 pounds will get that one, and there'll be a portion of that that'll go to those Baldwin fellows that.
So are we betting on who's going to hit that?
I don't know. From what I've heard, Parker, who won the Winter Blues last year, Parker Pursuits, he's teaming up with the Weekend Angler, and I'm not sure where they're fishing. They may fish Baldwin just on principle, but I doubt it.
And what about Jerry's partner from last year, Mr. Freezer Burn Rob?
Oh, Mr. Rob took a chance and about froze his fingers off. I believe I've gotten some excuses that he's got to work, so he's not going to be able to do it. But I think he's still mad at me. But it's okay. We're gonna meet up again one of these days, and we're gonna brug it out. We'll become friends again.
What a great crew them guys really are. They're awesome.
They are.
Here's another gentlemen. Dieter Melhorn says, "Good evening, ladies. Love the background, Lyle. Looks really nice." Well, thank you. Mr. John Parker made that for me, and I thought it was very nice, so we felt compelled to put it up for tonight. Dieter, it's always a pleasure to have you in our chat. Thank you so much for joining us.
See Bobcat Outdoors and Mike Turner 712, Rustic Outdoors, Fishing and Cooking with Mike Chavez.
Uncle Lou.
Uncle Lou made it over.
Quiet Man Curtis. I think you mentioned Roger.
I think I did mention Roger earlier. Him and a few others are also in the tournament. Like I said, the lineup is, to me, stacked pretty well. There's some amazing, not only just YouTubers, but anglers in it. So
I think so too. And, from what I've seen, it's going to be a pretty stiff deal to go in there and take that prize away from everybody. So you're really going to have to work at it. And that's what tournaments, either in person or online, are all about. There's Annette Morgan. I'm not sure if we mentioned her or not. I have a hard time remembering when you get up past, 25 or 30.
Yeah, I know. I just need another question, Lyle, about the tournament this weekend. So it'll be on my new channel, Fields to Water, but it will be from 9 a.m. Eastern to, I think I have it set from 9 a.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. So for people in Lyle time zone, just subtract an hour. If you need help with that, message me. Lyle.
So 8 my time.
Yeah, 8 to 2 your time.
God's time.
Yeah, God's time -1.
Oh man, I think it's going to be a great tournament. Of course, you know that if there's anything I can do to help you with that, I'll be more than happy to. And I will be here listening and watching. We're not fishing at this time, just because it was 13 degrees this morning, and I'm not going to get out and fish in that kind of weather. And you can't make me.
Trust me, if I lived closer, I'd make you.
Well, it'd be different. That'd be different, but I'm not going to get out and do that stuff by myself, and I'm not going to ask Cindy to go.
I'd have you dressed up like that little kid from the Christmas story.
Bubble wrap?
Yeah. I'd have you waddling down the boat ramp.
Oh, man, there's a really cute one out about that, Chad, where a guy took a video and he's sitting in his boat, and it looked to be like a 2-year-old kid running down the boat ramp with his fishing rod, his tackle box, running to dad. And that's one of the greatest memes that's on YouTube today.
I know which one you're talking about, and I love it.
I do too. That's just absolutely great. I love that one. And the next time I see it, I'm actually going to grab it so I can go back and look at it anytime I want to. It's that good. There's Jersey River Rat. Man, there's a new channel that's doing really well. If you haven't checked him out, go ahead and take a look. Give him a sub and watch some of his content. It's very good. Oh, dang, I got the wrong one. Here's a comment that I don't want to let go. There's LG Bass. Carl Wells, welcome to chat. It's always good to see you in here. It's a pleasure, my friend, when you join us.
Southern Girl Sam, welcome.
Northeast Fishing, he's not fishing either. His boat's in the shop behind an ice lockdown garage door.
Oh wow. Hey, as long as I can launch my boat during the wintertime, I'm fishing.
Well, and we used to be a lot like that, but at 13 degrees, hello, Christine Dunnigan, Valerie Irwin, it's just a little bit cold at 13 this morning. That's supposed to warm up tomorrow. We're supposed to be in the mid-50s, and I'm all over that. And then Saturday, it's going to be in the 60s, I think, but just for one day each, and then it's going to cool back off. So, but it's, it's January. It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Supposed to be that. And we're okay with it. It's just the way it is.
But that's why we moved the winter blues to January, though, because February is way worse. seeing last year, just people like Rob and Parker out there, and I think it was like -2, -5 with the wind chill,
Yeah,
negative
and
10,
toughed it
15
out all
there.
day. They toughed it out all day, and
Yeah,
that was brutal.
there's cold, and then there's just stupid cold, and I don't want to put anybody through that again. So
No, I agree, and I won't be out there in it, and I kudos to them for doing it. They earned what they got, but it's just not worth it because I know Rob probably did get some frostbite. He's talked about that
yeah,
a couple different times, and just for craps and giggles, it's really not worth that in my mind.
it was
There,
fun to watch them though.
it was. It was very entertaining. Of course, I mean Rob and Jerry, they're kind of entertaining anyhow.
Oh yeah. I think my favorite part, besides them catch, I think it was like 32 or 34 catfish is what they counted.
Right. Yep.
I think they actually might have caught more because they caught a couple channel cats out of there too. But was the slip and fall from Jerry Parker. After I did my Golden Whisker nominations, I totally forgot about that and wished I would have went back and posted that blooper of him falling. Because it technically happened in the last year, so it would have counted as a blooper.
Your brothers are sending me dirty messages.
I can only imagine. Probably talking about, oh God, Chad's first show as co-captain here of this ship, and he's taking it down with him.
I'm not going to say what they're saying. You just have to read it later.
I will.
But they're not making fun of me, I'll tell you that. Well, maybe. You know how they are.
Christina Dunnigan's in the house. She says, what? No one's going to get frostbite or breathe their baby out of them this year?
Lee Evans, thank you so much for the compliment. We appreciate it.
No, thank you, buddy. I tell you what, man, look, now Chad made me sick. Hooks and Hammocks invited me up for dinner on Saturday and then blames me for getting sick.
Well, if they got to blame somebody, I'm glad it was you and not me.
After I took him fishing the day before.
Oh, wow. Now that is kind of cold. I see Miss Becca Mudtramp has joined us. Thank you so much, Becca. I haven't seen you in here in a couple of times. Not that you haven't been there, just that I miss you if you was, because like tonight, Chad has been rolling right along last few weeks. So thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure. Dan R. has joined us. There was something else. I missed another one. Oh, looky here. Ian Tipton, I'm Jody's biggest fan. How can that be? I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying, how can that be?
Well, I've not seen Ian's name around these chats before, but seeing that Ian's now moved over to Catfish Weekly and maybe we'll venture into some of these other shows, that their standards will go up a little bit. I would have said nicer things, but Jody's no longer my number one fan. So,
yeah, okay. Timalina, that is not a Catfish Weekly record, but they're gaining on it pretty good. They're gaining on it pretty good. I have to go back and check, but at one show we had a couple of years ago, before StreamYard was available, they cut you off at YouTube cut you off at either 200 or 250 people in chat, and I had messages one after another why they couldn't get in for a 2-hour show that we had on before Christmas, and people was mad because they couldn't get in chat and YouTube wouldn't let us in, and it was a cluster. But we never had inklings that it would be like that. And that's why StreamYard and venues like this has become so important. And the simple fact that we was trying to buy a program for $800 that basically done the same thing that StreamYard does for pretty much free.
Yeah.
I was thrilled to see it because we had worked for 6 months to try to get it to work correctly because I wouldn't pay for it till it did work right and never did get it to work right. And StreamYard worked correctly right out of the box. So I'm thrilled that this come about like it did. East Kentucky Cat Daddy, welcome.
Yeah, it's amazing these programs and stuff we have on, well, phones, laptops, computers, everything that is making this life so much easier. Yeah, I can remember when I first started watching Catfish Weekly having 200 people plus in here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a new one, and it's gone.
I've never heard of it, and it's gone.
No, Flat Rock Flatheads.
Oh yeah, I know Flat Rock Flatheads. I've seen
That's
them
a new
around.
one to me. Welcome. Glad to see you in here. And it says nothing about skinheads or what is it Betty calls them?
Flatheads?
No,
What?
she calls something else.
I don't think it's skinheads. I don't think we should talk about those.
No, it's something else. I'm so far behind the chat, I haven't seen it yet. I know somebody's already posting it though.
I'm gonna skip Jody's comment about me.
Shovelhead. Thank you, Real.
Shovelhead. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? Yeah, Shovelhead.
Yeah, I know it is, but that's what come to my mind.
You get my brain like not even thinking about it. That's what I call them half time. You guys got me calling them flathead more now than ever. So
that's what I call deer that don't have antlers or skinheads.
Oh lordy.
Well, it is what it is. But shovelheads is what Betty calls them, and I'm not sure where that come from, but
I think it's an Ohio Valley thing.
Must be because I never heard from anybody that's out of that area. Oh man, Whiskers and Stripes. I don't know if we said them or not.
I didn't see them earlier.
Backlash Fisherman, man, they're still coming in. We're at 119 people in chat. Thank you guys so very much.
That's awesome.
For those that don't know, when this show started, we was 4 subs away from 5,200. And if we could get 4 tonight, that would really be awesome. Make me very happy. Then we can start on our next venture to 5,300. So
there we go.
If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. And we do appreciate the likes more than words can describe, especially with our new co-host, Mr. Chad Fields. Chad, if you don't have anything else about your upcoming tournament, I would like to talk a little bit about the Golden Whiskers show that was on the other night. Kevin come on and had Chris on with him, which was a great co-host for his show, and announced all of the nominations for all of the awards. Now, I'm not going to go through all of them because, to be quite honest, I don't remember them, and I'm not going to go back and look them all up. Although it's not that hard to do, and it could be done. This, in my mind, and I know that you'll have an opinion, and if it's different than mine, do not feel that you can't share it because that's what shows like this are all about. But I consider this a very prestigious thing, even though this is only in the second year. Being nominated for these awards. These nominations come from the people that watch our shows and videos and stuff, and I take that to heart pretty dearly. So if we're nominated as we was, I feel very, very happy about that people think enough of what we're doing. Thank you, Chunky. Thank you so much.
Yes.
That I feel so strongly about it that they feel good enough to nominate us for what we're doing. And I think with bringing you on the show is only going to give us a better shot at getting nominated again next year. Now, whether we win or not, we do not know. Have no way of knowing because it's voted on by the people, and there's other great shows that's out there. But to be nominated with some of these shows, it means so much to me, and I know it does to you. And we just hope that we have a good showing. And some of the other people that have been nominated, some of the greats and great shows, and are nominated for a lot of these awards, men, women shows, videos. Um, I just think it's a great deal, and I give kudos to Kevin for coming up with this idea.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was an awesome idea last year when he came out with it, and he did a spectacular job with it. He's very talented when it comes to broadcasting and doing that kind of thing.
That's right. Thank you,
But
sir.
like you said,
And Tim Molina, appreciate
yeah,
it very much.
Whiskers and Stripes, thank you.
Yes, it does because you know these these donations mean so much with the price of shipping going up like it has, and you know as well as anybody because you're in that business how much they go. Hey, Tara Blackburn has joined the show. Welcome, Tara.
Hi, my
But
BFF.
the shipping price of everything has gone up,
Oh
and
yeah,
I know that as just a very small part of what Kevin does. Thank you, Catfishing with the Cause. When he announced that he was going to be looking for sponsors for the events, I jumped right in and told him I wanted to sponsor the youth award thing. Um, it's very minimal amount of money from Catfish Weekly to do that, and I felt good about doing it because your daughter and Christina and Josh's daughter and Bobby Moreno and a ton, Dieter Melhorn's son, Grayson, a
yeah.
ton of these kids are growing up. At Gabby Goose are growing up now is going to be running Catfish Weeklies and uh, woods, fields of water and shows like that and doing videos when we can't do them anymore or when we're not here to be around to do them. That's who's going to be making the regulations for our sport and things like that. And these kids are so important to me. And we kind of want to be outdoors. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks,
I
man.
want to see them do good. And I want to see them stay involved with this. They're going to go through periods in their life when hot rod cars and girls and boys are more important than catching fish, but they'll come back to it.
Yep.
And when they come back to it, it will be what we need at the right time. Pontoon Jody, thank you. Yeah.
I can't even time her out for that.
No, you cannot.
I don't want to take that away from her. Randall Rhino Outdoors, thank you so much.
Absolutely. It just means the world to us. But that's why the kids deal is so important to me. And I know that you probably have some feelings about that. And like I say, one thing you can count on, if you have a different feeling about something that I say, it is fine. And if you make a decision to do or say something on here, I'll back you regardless because you are my partner now, and that's the way partners work.
Here's the way I see that, Lyle, is me and you get along really well. I think we see eye to eye on a lot of things, but you know what? We're two different human beings, and I probably will have a difference of opinion here and there. And I'd never fault you for it. So, I mean, even if it is that Mark and Doc are your number 1 and 2 number sons, and I'm just third place redheaded stepchild, it's okay. I'm looking to see if I can up that now.
Who is the co-host of Catfish Weekly?
That's right. You two guys take note of that. Okay.
Oh, we're going to have a great time in the future. I feel it coming on.
That's right.
Great.
This is truly an honor.
Oh, listen to this. Here's a good one. If I can get back to it before it gets away from me.
Oh, no.
Parker Pursuit says, I don't think I've ever seen Chad so well behaved. Dad, keep him in line.
I give it time, Parker. We'll be getting through the laughs and stuff like that. But I do realize, this is a different level of show. When you talk about, the golden whiskers and stuff, there's a reason why Lyle Stokes is listed in the legend category, right? This show here, to me, we're gonna laugh and cut up and that kind of stuff, but this is, the talk show that really started it all, and I admire this show and Lyle Stokes. So we will definitely have our fair share of laughs and jokes at each other, but this is definitely not the bait shop either. So you'll definitely see a different side of me as far as being a little bit more professional until Lyle just sets me up perfect, then I'll have to take that shot. So.
I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. Oh, thank you, D. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Freddie and Dan.
Absolutely. I can't keep up with them all. It does, though. They come up with some new. You see, that's the thing why I got to get you set up. So when you see these things and I don't, you can go in there and highlight it like Mark does.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Kevin come up with some new categories here, and one of them that I'd like to talk about just a little bit is the I don't remember what he called it, but it's from out of the United States group.
Yeah, it's like the International Channel of the Year.
Right. Yeah. They got people from South Africa and two people from Great Britain. I mean, who would have thought when Doc Lang and I was fishing tournaments 25 years ago, and there wasn't a handful of people that showed up to the tournaments, and there was usually a bass tournament at the same ramp, and you was fighting, jockeying for positions in those days. Who would have thought that we'd have a organization like this to put on the Golden Whiskers Award? I mean,
right.
And the categories that he's come up with, like I say, that international deal I thought was a great touch. There was some other new ones that he come out with, and I like them all. Well, the part that really hits me the hardest, though, is the fact that all the nominees and what you've seen the other night come from the people that watch these videos day in and day out. And if they think enough of you to nominate you, it's such a great honor. Whether you realize it or not, it's a great honor to be nominated by your peers. So,
Lyle, I'm not going to lie to you. We were driving home from Hooks and Hammocks' house after dinner, after he tried to get me sick, and I'm listening to it. D has it up on hers, and I'm driving, and when I heard my name in the category that I got nominated for, I about swerved off the road. I was totally floored and humbled just to even have my name listed on there for anything.
Yeah,
so, like you
said. I was nominated for a few last year, and I considered that a great honor to be nominated. And I actually won one, and it kind of tore me up a little bit because I really never thought I had a chance. And being nominated twice for the Legends Award is just absolutely mind-boggling to me. But the quality of people that's nominated in that category, if they'd even consider me for that, just blows my mind. And last year's winner, Steve Douglas, was well-deserved. And Chris Flores is in that category again. And, I've known Chris for a long time. He's a great guy and well-deserving of an award like that. So I just to be in that category means a lot. And Avid's in it not Avid, but Epic is in it this year. Another guy that's been around for a while and talks a lot about catfishing, knows his stuff. So to be in that category is absolutely knockout for me. I feel very privileged, and if I never win it, I'd be okay with that. But what an honor it would be! It just would be. So, hey, there's Van. He's made it.
Yep. And there's Amy Evans of Whisker Dreams.
Thank you, Danny Stone. Thank you so much. Let me get this up here. Carl Wells is talking about an award I won at Fishing for Freedom. I wished I had that here. I think I do. Hang on just a minute. This is my most prestigious award to date.
All right. Well, let's check that out. And I got Mr. Real Time Catfishing. What's going on, John Parker? Let's see.
One of the reasons that Carl mentions this was because he happened to be sitting at the table with me and Cindy when we won this, and I could not believe that they called my name. They was talking about people that had done stuff, and I never dreamed that it would have been her and I.
That's awesome.
That is the most prestigious award I've ever won in my life, not just for fishing accomplishments, but for anything. I think the world of that. Cindy and I never dreamed that we would win anything like that. Those people up there are so kind, and it was great having Carl and sit there with us at the awards banquet that night. It was way cool. Carl is one of the guys that has been so gracious to donate a portion of his life to serve in the military to protect the rest of us, and it means so much to all of us that guys and gals do that. And there's many on here, and I can't mention them all because some of them I don't even know that's been in the military, but I do know Matt and several others that have been. And Carl Wells, he a well-deserving place. He sat right up on the front table with us, with a older gentleman that was in World War II, and it was really an honor to be at that table.
Well, thank you so much, Carl Wells, for your service, and want to give a shout out to Joy Stewart, Fishing with the Squirrel, Jeremy's Tournament Cats, 3B Fishing. I don't think we said you earlier, but I did see you. Peel and Drag is in here. I think that was all the new ones. I thought, I've seen Richard Ward.
Richard Ward's another one. Good man.
Yeah. Mr.
Great
Totally.
guy. Can't wait to see him up at Mendota this year. And Chunky, thank you so much for making that statement. We appreciate it very much. It helps us a great deal, and we're able to do things that we might or may not have been able to do otherwise. And for those of you that have not seen Chunky Catfishing, which I'm sure everybody in here has, but he's on randomly sitting on the banks of the Potomac River with a sign and some glowing fishing rods and a cool little cart that he pulls around, and he's catching blue cats like there ain't no tomorrow. Mr. Kitty Whiskers says, this show is awesome. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. We try really hard to do it, but I think
he was talking to me.
I think you're right. Who is Chunky? So, I got a feeling that was a joke, but everybody knows El San Perez. Fat Boy Catfish.
Right. Mr. Lyle, I missed it, but Dee was saying that you said it was Carl Wells, right? Had a question about a suggestion. And I know this is probably a great one up your alley for a line counter reel. What would you suggest as far as line counters?
I have 6 of them. Well, actually, I have 8. 2 of them, I can't remember the names of them. I think they're Daiwas. 67s, I believe, and they're okay. The only problem with those are on the line guide, when the line comes back through, there's a little guide piece that keeps it from wearing your line as you reel them in, and the guide keeps popping out, and I lost 2 of them, so the reels are just set because I'm afraid they'll cut my line in 2. Other than that, the reels are very strong and they work good, but I've got to get those replaced. The other 6 I have are 6,500 Abu Garcias, and I dearly love them. They're my favorite reel of all times, and I know guys are going to say, oh, Dakota this and Dakota that. They're not nearly as smooth as an Abu. I picked them up before, and they just don't hold up. I mean, they last forever, and they can be serviced, and they're quality, but an Abu Garcia is hard to beat in and out. They're my favorite, and those line counters, the reason I like them is because if we're pulling boards and a certain distance out away from the boat, I can go right back to that if I hold my speed. If we're using them on a certain depth, just dead sticking off the side, I can look down and say, well, they're at 34 foot, and I can drop it down to 34 foot. If it touches bottom, reel it up a turn, and I'm good to go. There's just so many advantages to a line counter reel. We use them every time we go catfishing, and sometimes I wish I had a couple more. But for where we're at, we're only allowed 3 a person in Missouri, so they work great for us here.
See, I would agree. I love my 6500 C3 the line counter ones. I will definitely tell you and advise strongly against any of the ones with the digital counters on them.
Yes, me too. Me too. And I'm not saying they don't work, or they may or may not work for you. They didn't work for me because I forget to turn them off, and then when I go to use them next time, the battery's dead. And I never had spares, so it was always a pain in the butt for me.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I can't stand them. We bought one for D. We thought it was going to be so cool, and all you got to do is bump the button, and they turn on, and the battery dies before you even know it. So,
David Martin says he loves his Abus, but has really good luck with casting. Well, there's very few people that I know of that fishes any more than David Martin. So if he says he's having good luck with castings, that's an option to take a look at.
I seen Kevin from Palmetto Cat says they already have 394 votes for the Golden Whiskers in and submitted. Last year they only had 175 total, so more than doubled this year.
That's awesome. That is very awesome. I'm glad to hear that myself. Josh, the Weekend Angler says, any solutions for when your line counter sticks at 25? I would recommend that you would call Mark with Catfish and Proppy. He may have a suggestion for you. Maybe not.
Hit it a couple more times, or maybe catch a couple more fish.
Call Dockery. He knows
Dockery would know.
He knows how to get past the number. Yeah. Man, that's really great, though, Kevin, that you've had that many people respond back to that. Now, I only look for this to grow bigger and get better every year. I really. Oh, there's your buddy right there, Brian. Be catfishing.
And J Dog's gone fishing.
J Dog's gone fishing.
You got a great video where you can. That is true. Skip from Clearview Outdoors. That is a really good video. You can actually buy for the 6500s the line counter plates and just change them out.
That's exactly right. And Skip, if you have the link for that video, and if you would put that in chat, I think that people would be thrilled to see it. The ones of us that haven't seen it, and if they're considered line counter reels, it's worth a look at that. You may or may not want to try to do that, but it's a very simple procedure, and it's a great option if you want line counter reels, and you have some. Oh, I got to go back and check your brothers are on it. They've 30 or 40 things since I looked a while ago. I'm
ignoring them. But Jesus, at a 31, Roger says there are $31 for the side plate. So
that's cheap enough.
Yeah, and it's very simple, from what I could tell when Skip did that. So
yeah, it doesn't really surprise me though.
D just shared the video, the link to that video. So thank you, D.
Thank you, D. We appreciate it.
Let's see.
Where was I at here? Trying to keep caught up, but it's really, really hard.
We're doing pretty good.
121 people in chat. Thank you guys so much. Brian B says he needs a nap now. Well, Brian, I had a guy that's I know really well said you'd probably be napping all afternoon. Didn't you say that,
people, I was going to say, I know some people that were taking naps earlier.
You sure do. Master Shop, welcome to chat, my friend. Well, it keeps moving on me. What's your opinion on the pin with the line counter? I have not had the opportunity to test one of those, and I would love to. What I need to do is find somebody in my area, and I know I can go to Bass Pro and do it, but I need to get my hands on one and test it out a few trips, and I could give an honest evaluation of that. Every pin reel that I've ever had, I liked. The only thing that I do not like about them is when you cast them out and you crank the handle, it doesn't automatically engage them. You got to manually do that. And it would be so easy for them to include that option on their reels, but they choose not to, and that's okay. I just got to remember to do it. To engage them. That's the only thing I have against a pin reel. Other than that, they last a long time. The parts are readily available for them if you break a paw off or something in the level one. But really, I've had very little problems with them.
Yeah, see, I need more exposure to the pin reels. The only one that I've had really is the pin warfare, and I wasn't a huge fan of them. I love the line capacity, all that kind of stuff, but I had some issues with them. But I want to try out some of the Squall and other brands that they have out because I think they're a lot nicer.
I have a Fathom that I have is absolutely been flawless. Cindy bought it from me at the very first all-night tournament and all-day tournament we was at. I forgot the name of it now, but it's where I first met Ron Workman, his son Chris, and a bunch of other people. We drove to Indiana and fished 18 hours almost straight and had a great time. We didn't win, but we had a wonderful time. But that pin reel that Cindy bought me over there that day, she bought me a pin and I bought her, what was that blue one they had out? Abu Garcia come out with. I bought her, that was our anniversary weekend. We bought each other reels and didn't either one know we was doing it. And
really?
Bought them from Dave with Bottom Doors Tackle. He was over there, and I love that Fathom. I don't have it on a rod right now, but I got spare parts for in case the paw or anything ever breaks. But I've had it cleaned once and serviced, but other than that, I haven't done anything to it. It's been awesome. Did I mention that we're going to give away a couple of these tidal weight sinkers and weight decals?
I think you might have mentioned it towards the beginning.
How about I drag that up and let's make that happen?
Let's make it happen.
We got to get ready to go because Mark is going to be up here in a little bit with the Catfish and Coffee podcast.
He is. He will have, I believe it's Fishing and Freedom, Richard on tonight.
That'll be a great show.
I'm going to ignore Van's comment about he likes his 7,000 catfish special.
Again, that's one that I haven't had the opportunity to do anything with.
Well, let's just say it's one that I used to love before
you throw it in the water?
Before I threw it in the water, yeah. Too soon. Too soon.
Too soon. Correct. Oh, mercy. Let me see if I can share this up.
Hey, Scott Swift. J-Dog, you are my hero, my friend. Muddy Water Bait and Tackle is in tonight.
Is it just me, or has Jason become everybody's BFF here recently?
He has. I believe he is writing a book.
You know what? I asked him to be on Catfish Weekly, and he turned me down. And I stayed on him until he decided to do it. And look what happened to him.
Right.
There you go, folks. Hashtag title. Put that in the comments. We'll give you a few minutes, and we'll draw for a winner.
Yeah. Yeah, J-Dog is finally starting to open up some and then be more, I guess, or less camera shy, we'll say. So,
you know what? I was so happy to see him catch that 70-whatever pound blue cat. But when him and Tara put hers in the boat, that was really awesome.
It was.
Awesome. Yeah,
really, Josh?
Yeah. Here, I got to tell you, if you guys are into drifting and dragging baits, contact Brad Cottrell about these weights here. These are some awesome dragon weights. They really are. I like the way they're made. I can't wait to get on the water to try them out. I've got 2s, 3s, and 4s in weight sizes to test for him, and I can't wait. They're going to be awesome. I know that there's some other people out there that's got some, but these are ones he sent me to test, and I'm going to be glad to do that. Kim Burnett is in chat. Can't wait for Kim to get on back on Panfish Nation with us. Great jig tire, one of the greatest of all times. Ronnie Moore has joined us in chat. Gene Tillman, Silver Fox Sandy, Northeast Missouri angler. I think we mentioned him. Terry Petefish 2. Robert Litton. I hope we're getting everybody done. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. For people that don't know, if we don't mention your name and you're in chat, it's not because we neglected to see it. It's because chat goes through so quick that we probably missed it. And please accept our apologies. We'll get it as soon as we can or the next time. And right there is one that I never want to miss. James Fox, one of my favorite people of all time. One of the greatest fishermen that ever lived. I can't believe all you guys live over there.
That's Bink, right?
That's Bink. I can't believe all you guys live over close to him and nobody's saying, "Hey, Bink, let's go fishing." He's a fishing machine.
He's like catfishing royalty around here. You'd have to probably get a couple years in advance notice.
For people that don't know, Bink and Doc Lang are like this. They are really, really tight. I know that Doc and I used to talk a lot about every day, not quite every day. But him and Bink talk every day.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do, but if I was betting, I would say yes. Wild Turkey, welcome.
Yeah. I want to go back to your previous comment there, Lyle, about we might not always see you, but sometimes we see you and you say stuff like, "Hey, Lyle, that Chad has a face for radio." Quiet man Curtis. That's why we did not say hi to you.
It's okay, Curtis. Trust me.
Hey, Lyle, Solo wants to know if you can show those weights on full screen.
I can. Give me just 1 second. Don't you have a reel that is unique? I do, and I love my reel. Thank you so much. These are Brad Caudell's dragon weights. Now, this part on the bottom, I'm not sure if it's a heat shrink. I think it's more like a rubber dip, but
yeah.
I'm not 100%. And there's weights in the bottom down here. This is a 2-ounce weight, and then from where the weights are at up this tube is foam. And when we got these, Cindy come out and got one. She took it in the kitchen sink and filled it with water, dropped it in there to make sure it would stand up, and it do, sort of like this. So when you're dragging it through the water and bouncing it, it's going to keep you from getting hung up on stuff. Great idea.
I love the foam in the top too, because I don't know what it is about the weights. I think they have to have, if they're that made of that, they need foam, or if they're the rubber ones, they need some kind of air pocket to hold them up.
That's right. And I love them clips on the top. You can take them on and off of the line really quick. Just a great product. Just like Freddie's Outdoor Adventures. Betty Jean must have got home. She is in chat now.
Oh, Freddie finally made it?
Yeah.
I didn't notice him the whole show.
I thought he's mad at me for inviting you on here. Bink can catch a 40-pounder out of Colton Sewer Creek. That wouldn't surprise me. I watched him fall in the water at the Winter Blues on Wheeler a few years ago, releasing a great flathead caught the January 1st weekend that year on Wheeler Lake. If I remember correctly, it was 70-some pounds, and it was a great fish. Let me get to this comment right quick before it gets away. I acquired a rod reel. The reel is a Hester 960. The rod I thought was bamboo, but it's not. It's solid with no writing on it. That sounds pretty cool. I'd like to see pictures of that.
I'll say.
I really like to see the older stuff. Some of it's very quality. Some not so much. And just like that, Chad disappeared. We're going to fix that, Kevin, so you can bring yourself back in whenever you want.
You know how they get, Kevin. Sometimes when I get control, I'll be able to equal that kind of forgetfulness out.
We're at 8 o'clock. Let's do this drawing so we can get out. Here we go, folks. 67 people entered. Let's see who the big winner is.
And John Boys, I'd like to see that too.
Terry Pete Fish 2, send me a message after the show, please. You can do it on Messenger, or if you don't have Facebook Messenger, you can contact me at catfishweeklytv@gmail.com, and we will get them decals right out to you. Chad, have you got any closing statements to say?
Nope. Just glad to be a part of it. I appreciate you inviting me to co-host this with you, and I can't wait for this weekend. That Winter Blues tournament is going to be kicking off. I hope everybody will make their way over and at least come in and check it out for a little while, and hopefully we can raise some money for some charity.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that tournament. Be sure to check out Thursday night From Fields to Water with Chad. And who's your guest?
Well, my co-host will be Freddie's Outdoor Adventures. I don't want to forget him anymore. But we will have J-Dog's Gone Fishing channel on the show this week to kick off the new channel going off. So
that's awesome.
It'll be a fun night.
Yep. And after then Mark and I will be on with Panfish Nation. It's going to be a lot of fun on that. Whoops, how did I do that? We want to thank everybody for joining us. This is the first full show of the new year. I think it was a huge success. Thank you, Chad, for joining me on here. I'm looking forward to good things to happen from here on out, and I plan on next year you and I being nominated again for some awards. Thanks for joining me. You betcha. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to tune in to Catfish and Crappie Podcast coming on next right after us. Thanks, everyone.